Good evening. Welcome to this session where we're going to be talking about building a successful business using the internet. And this will be an introduction to how it is you can help yourself and help others by taking this course. I'm Richard Dowell, and I'll be your instructor, and I'm a Vietnam War veteran. That was my war, and I was in the Air Force, and I flew F-4s and B-52s. In the F-4s, I was with the triple nickel fighter squadron, which are members of the 8th Tactical Fighter Wing, which was stationed at Udon, Thailand. It was headed up by General Robin Olds, and I commend you to look up that name on the internet to find out what it is he did and what the Triple Nickel Squadron did as a part of the Vietnam War. Interesting background in history there for those of you who have any interest in finding out more about how air power was used and has been used. In this, the F-4 being one of the fighters that has a role in developing the history of aviation, and the Boeing B-52 also being that. And I, after returning from my Vietnam tour, came back to the United States, went to the Air Staff, and helped do the planning for the Hanoi raids, and then got into B-52 flight training, and so that I could be in those raids which we had been planned in the Pentagon. My crew brought the last B-52 back at the end of the Vietnam War. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about what it is we're going to do here for you all. No question about it that the internet offers a huge potential by giving people a capability of converting knowledge, skills, or passion into a business. And with 26,000 new users of the internet every day, it's an expanding marketplace which gives you multiple opportunities to build a business. And all you have to do is learn it is how you can do that. And this course is going to take you through the steps that you need to know and follow. And the key is going to be to success. You're going to start out by finding where you fit in this world. First of all, is where your niche, as we call it, or your distinct segment of this growing and emerging market. And the second is then we'll teach you how it is you can reach that market no matter where that niche is on this planet. Now, it's interesting that just about anybody can benefit of this. Anybody with a passion, a hobby, an interest, knowledge, all can be turned into income. Everybody knows something about something, and our first steps here is for matching you and what it is your interests are and what it is that you like to do and what you've been successful at, and turning that into a business that you can know, love, and enjoy and share with others. Here are some of the topics we could talk about, and I won't go over those. There could be pages and pages and pages of any of these possibilities. It's only up to you. And I'm going to tell you a little story here about an example of this. And here's a website that was started being built by a 12-year-old girl. She and her family would go down and visit the island of Anguilla in the Caribbean. They do that every summer, and she had such a wonderful time there that she thought that what she'd like to do is share what it is her findings were with others. And so she started writing about her experiences there and capturing them on a website called Anguilla Beaches. And she's, of course, has grown up since then, and she's in her 20s now, and she's a junior in college in New York City. And I think that she's in the future is going to be the first ambassador from Anguilla to the United States. That's my prediction anyway. But anyway, she's with the income that she's generated from her website, she's been able to pay for all of her college expenses and have some spending money left over for herself to enjoy life. And what she'll do if she keeps on expressing herself and the way in which she does in this website. And I highly commend to you all to take a look at what it is she's done there. And she's done it all by herself. And she basically has shared with others her enthusiasm for what it is she's done, and for her her times on the beaches and the other spots around the island of Anguilla. Highly recommend it to you. And let me tell you a couple other stories here. First, about my grandson. He came to visit us when he was a junior in high school. And he came to visit us back when we first got to Charleston, South Carolina. And my impression was he was overly enthralled with computer gaming and things like that. He spent all of his time at the computer and worried about that in my own mind. And so what I did that Christmas is I gave him a subscription to Site Self subscription so that he could then take a look at it and see if he could take some of those computer skills and turn them into a business. And it wasn't long before he had produced a website about snowboarding and selling snowboards. And what he didn't do along the way is to check out whether or not there was anybody who would be able to sell snowboards and drop ship them, because that's what his plan was. Anyway, he built a very successful site, and when the time came about to find out how he was going to fulfill his sales, he found that there was nobody that was providing drop shipping of snowboarding. So, lesson learned. He then turned around and built another website and began to go down that path of how it is that you could support a new band. He was a member of a local band, and this was at the time when record companies and record labels were coming under competition from online providers. And he went down that path, and then he determined quite quickly that SBI at that time was not going to be able to support the functionality that would be required to be able to provide all those services that would be required for cutting records and providing information, music, and things like that. So he then decided he wanted to pursue it anyway. And of course, the bottom line is, of course, we have that capability now by a functionality that's been added to the SBI platform, which he could have integrated those systems. But anyway, we didn't have that capability at that time, and so he went out and found somebody, a provider, who would be able to provide the services, or at least they said they would. And then he then developed a business plan for his dad and for me to review prior to going out and spending his hard-earned money on getting somebody to try to build those capabilities into his website. Well, that didn't turn out very well, and the people he selected to do the job could not deliver. But he then turned around and was offered a job by an online business services provider to help people build business plans. And then that led to him enrolling in the University of Denver and going to their business school, and then graduating from the business school at University of Denver. And that led to a job that he got, which he realized because it was a family-owned company that would not be something for his long-term career. But he waited his time learning the skills, applying them successfully at that company until an opportunity came along for him to get into international banking, providing support there. And now he's very much involved in the customer service and network services provision. And so he has a very unusual combination of skills which he's been trained to deliver in the international banking finance arena. And that is a result then of what it is, his experience is that he developed building SBI websites and trying to build a business. And so it's taken him to a very successful career development so far in his life. And then there's my daughter-in-law, who's in nutrition, who's a nutritionist, and she built her website, Everyday Sports Nutrition for Women.com, and she used the SBI process followed the action guide that we teach in this course, and she's successful at that and ended up being selected to be the nutrition consultant for the Chicago Marathon, which she has done that for several years. And you can find out more about her at her website here at everydaysportsnutritionforwomen.com. She's very good at their business. And here's another story here that you can find out about this young lady who started a website on San Francisco tourism, evolved it into providing shopping for people in the area, and she's in the review that we have of her here, and you can read about her at her website, that she was at the end of that year was going to go from eBay sales of her women's fashions products, moving it to her own website. A similar story to what it is that I've provided, that you can go out and see about what other people and current entrepreneurs are doing. There's a similar story there of another lady who started a very successful business out there now, and you can read more about that when you take a look at the notes here as a part of this briefing, which you'll be able to download when you get back home. Anyway, also that anybody who's in a business today, has their own brick and mortar business, can use the website to then promote their business and generate additional income for their business by just simply following the steps that are outlined in this course. And those who graduate from the course are going to be able to have those skills and how it is that can be done. And these skills of how it is that you use the internet to improve a business will be invaluable to you. It'll be invaluable to your future employer, and they will understand that. When I was teaching in at the Citadel School of Business and teaching in the master's program there, we taught a course about how it is that employees in the future would have a responsibility to make sure their companies use information technology resources to their best advantage, because it wasn't going to happen unless they, who had been trained and with a background in business, would let their companies know what could be done by the proper use of these information technology tools, or the information society uses information technology to share information with others, and how they could be used in their own business. And they can also reduce cost. Anybody in business can benefit from this by coming up and building a website which supports their business and focuses upon how it is it generates additional income. Now, here, talking about how we're going to go about doing this, first of all, you have to have in your mind, first of all, that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. There's no shortcuts here. You're building a business, and anything worthwhile is going to require time, motivation, and effort. And that's what I expect of you in this course. I expect from you a commitment to put in the effort, put in the motivation, and put in the proper attitude to go down this path, get to the finish line. And we are committed to your success. If you will do that, we'll stick with you and get you to the finish line for you, which is meeting your goals and developing and acquiring those skills which are necessary to be able to help yourself and others build a successful business. Okay, here's some of the mindsets. That first of all is not get rich quick, as I just mentioned. You're going to have to be at it for several years and view this as a long-term endeavor. And this is central the facets of all successful entrepreneurs. And so you're not building a job, you're building a business. And the business is to be designed in the ways in which suits your lifestyle, let you do what it is that you want to do in the manner in which you want to do it. Here's an introduction to the course. It's going to start next week on the 14th of October. It's going to run for 10 weeks and for 9 additional weeks, which will take us through Thanksgiving. and it'll be, the location is going to be here in the Magnolia Room at Goodwill Industries. We'll meet here from 6 to 10 each Wednesday evening. And you'll have come prepared to the course by doing all your homework assignments and being prepared to get to doing some things when we hit here in the classroom. I look forward to you all being involved with that. And here's how the course is going to evolve. First of all, you're going to start out by understanding what really works on the net and on the internet. And first of all, it's online. It's all about location, location, location. But the internet reality is this, that they really don't care about that. The way in which they're going to find you is by searching for information, the visitors who are out there. And so it's all about information, information, and information. That's the internet reality. People, when they go out to get on to the internet, they're going to be looking for something. And they're not looking for you, they're not looking for your business, they're simply looking for information. And your success formula is to provide them the information they are looking for and give it to them and over-deliver it to them. And you will want to answer the questions, find out, and in the process find out who, what, and where, and who they are, and find out as much about these people as you can. Get to know these people because they are going to be your future customers, because they have come to you for information and you are going to be the provider of it. And they'll come back time and time again for additional information, and they find it with you. They're going to be the person that they're going to do business with. And what they do, people, is they go into the search engines and they then put they put terms into the search engines to be able to find things. And we have a mantra in the SBI world. It's called CTPM. You can think about a number of songs that could be done with that, and what it is actors would be doing when they were singing on the stage, that mantra over there. And we've done that, and I did it in some of our my certification days when I was being certified for the course. We would get up and do some pantomimes, and one of them was the CTPM. And basically, C for contact, T for traffic, pre-selling, and then going into monetization. It's all about providing content over that period of time, is how it is that you get people to become your customers. And CTPM is really basically used by all successful online entrepreneurs, and that is content is king. That generates traffic, and that through the process of providing that information to that traffic, that pre-sells you and what it is that your offerings are to them, which then gives you opportunity to turn that into monetization. So what what is all this content? What qualifies as that? Well, obviously words do it, and it could be words and text and descriptions and opinion, book reviews, lists, interviews, polls, what have you. It could be video, it could be audio, photos, infographics, graphics with quotes, and ebooks, and all of those things are things that you'll become very adept at being able to use, and repurposing content when you develop it so that it can be exposed to as many people as possible who will come and find their answers to their questions through your content, be it whatever format that you provide it. And then you're going to convert your knowledge into various forms of content, and that having good content is the key. And all you got to do is remember, provide good content, and you will not have a problem getting the traffic that you want to do. And don't look for tricks and shortcuts on how to get traffic. It's all about providing that good content. And just think in terms of how it is you can provide more content, and the course is about getting you to there. And you talked about how people are searching for content. What they're doing is they put some words into the search engines, and they put they're trying to describe what it is they're looking for. And those are known as keyword phrases. And these are a whole series of phrases which you can't read from where you are about photography, and it could be Canon camera reviews, or whatever it is people put in there for whatever they're interested in. They're going to find out, and they're going to put some words in which are going to bring back results from the search engines of pages out there that provide information about those search terms, those keyword phrases that they've looked at. And then we capture those and we put those into a keyword list. And here it is, as a tool that comes from the products which are available in the suite of tools which come with the course and the courseware that you'll be made available to you. And it's then presented here in what we call a master keyword list, which you can reference, and that keyword list is then counting the number of times over the last 30 days in which people have put that keyword term into the computers, how many others are out there doing it, and that's really basically what the competition is. And then a indication of the relationship between how many terms have been put into the search engines and how many other people are providing information about those terms. An index of what it is, the possible profitability of using that term would be if you got traffic to that particular page where that information is available. And pre-selling is all about you impressing your site visitors by the content which you provide to them and how it is you deal with them during their visit on your website. And what you're doing and your objective is to get people to come get the information, find out more about your website, because you're going to offer them opportunities to go other places. And so the longer they stay on your website with the information you provide there, the more that the search engines will be impressed with what it is, the content you're providing, and that will be more of an indication of how satisfied those people coming to your website are about what you're providing. And if you just simply think in terms of that, and that's what your main mission is with your website, is pre-selling your visitors by over-delivering and what it is you provide to them, you will then be successful at this business. A number of ways in which you can monetize that, and we talk about them in the course. There are affiliate programs out there. I'll give an example over here. One of the things, of course, that people can do, and I'm sure you've all heard about becoming an eBay seller, but another way in which you could accomplish the same objectives with regard with generating income from things sold on the internet without you having to do anything about selling any of those type of things, is just simply become an affiliate, say at eBay, and just promote products which are high-end products and get a commission for any time that high-end product is sold through the recommendation that you made. And the key, of course, in advertising on eBay or any place else is provide a better title than your competition does, better description of what the product is and what the product's advantages are. And you can do that, and in any affiliate program, and generate income by simply doing that, by describing in better ways the products in which you're supporting and recommending to others. Now, your starting point in all this is going to start out with determining what it is, who you are, what your interests and passions and knowledge and skills. And you're going to pick 3 areas to begin off to investigate, and then you're going to put it through a comprehensive marketing analysis of those areas to hone them down to picking one of the areas which is mostly closely associated with what it is that you have an interest in, and has, based upon the market research that you'll be doing with the tools that are provided and you'll be using and will be training you to use, you're going to pick the one which gives you the best opportunity of success and achieving what it is that you want to achieve. Okay, basically the overview is basically we have a 10-week course. The first 5 are all about planning, and the last 6 are all about doing and implementing. And so we'll be spending the first 5 weeks getting you oriented, making sure that you're on the right path, which is unique in this approach. And that's why, in fact, we have 50,000 plus SBIers out there in the world today who are using this process, who are still out there building their businesses and continuing with their business to build their businesses. The 50,000 people who are out there have followed this process. You follow the process, go down this path, and you'll be successful too. And the last 6 are about doing, and that is getting your information out there that you've selected, and we'll give you the tools for doing that, of selecting the best terms to provide content about, and the ways in which you will do that, and you will be training and so that at the end of this period of time, when you've out there a year from now, when you've built your business and it's a successful business and you're planning on expanding that business down the road, you will have improved your communication skills tenfold or more, and you will then be valuable to anybody in any job with what it is you've learned through becoming an online entrepreneur yourself. And so we ask you if you have any questions at this time, and basically what I want to ask of each one of you is I want you to help me make this course available to as many other veterans throughout the world as we can. And I ask you to help me by performing in this course and letting me help you be successful, and so that when you become successful, you'll be able to help others become successful too. And so sign up now this evening and help yourself develop your own personal skills to be successful, so that you can help others and become a better person and become a self-sustaining, contributing member to your own community, and thereby laying out a path for others to help build the United States economy through the process that you follow down the road. And from you, from this group of people that are here today, there are going to be several of you who take your business from where it starts as an online business, and you'll build it into something that'll be outstanding out here. And I've given you in your first introductory sessions here a number of examples of an introduction to how entrepreneurs have been successful in today's entrepreneurial emerging entrepreneurial society which the internet has made possible. Thank you for being here. I look forward to working with each one of you and your families. Pass the word on to others, invite them, and for those of you who may be watching this, go ahead and click on donate, and go ahead and adopt one of our students here, and keep in touch with them, find out what they're doing, and it'll be well worth your while to do that. Thank you very much for spending your time with me today. Good evening.